Hello, everyone. The time right now is 2:06 a.m. and I am doing this video right now because it's been a long day and a lot of my friends have been asking for this video. So I am nice enough to do it. And I want to just get this out of the way because tomorrow is a busy day. But I definitely want to share this information. For those who don't know me, my name is Kenny. I graduated from the Southern California Health Institute in North Hollywood, California, where I specialized in learning about advanced personal training that is science based and also a nutrition specialist course. So if you have not seen my video on nutrition, I recommend to watch it along with this video. But you don't have to watch it before this video. It doesn't really matter when you see it, but the important thing is to learn and pick up on the information. With that being said, remember, I am not a doctor. I am just educating my friends and the public who watches this video on the principles on how to burn fat and tone your muscles or build some muscle because these principles apply for both men and women. Now, with that being said, let's talk about how can we achieve toning your muscles and burning fat. So first, let's look at when we type that on Google, you can see that just a bunch of programs. There's books about it. So I'm going to try to make it as simple as possible. Now, the video might turn into a 30-minute video because it's important that I explain everything in detail so you can definitely achieve your goal, and, do it at, the best way possible. But I always recommend to hire hire a trainer if you don't feel confident to do this on your own. And I also recommend this for people who've been in the gym a long time but are not seeing the results that they want to see. And a lot of times that happens because they're just not following a structured program. Because it's all about following a structured program to get optimal results. And sometimes people just don't do that. They go into a gym and they don't know what to do, right? And so they don't have a plan or a goal. So they kind of just go from machine to machine and they're not really giving it their all. So today I'm going to cover that. I'm going to cover how you can achieve your goal, and I'm showing you guys here, all these different options on Google. But the thing is, if you notice one thing, a lot of these things are for sale. You got to pay for it. The information I'm giving you is for free. So I hope you really enjoy the benefit of it and take advantage of it because ultimately it's going to be your gain. In this video, I'm going to cover on how to do resistance training to tone your body, or for mostly a lot of times it's men who want to build extra muscle, and for women who we just want to tone, that you can follow the same principles. This So we're going to cover the resistance training part, and I'm also going to cover cardio and how to do cardio properly so you can achieve fat burning with cardio. Because believe it or not, there's two things that about cardio that you have to follow, and you have to be almost perfect when it comes to this. Is that you got to make sure you eat an adequate amount of carbohydrates before and after your cardio, because that guarantees that your body is going to burn more fat. Because the way it works is, may sound a little confusing, but you need carbs in your system to burn fat, because that's how you burn fat. Now, here's the thing, and I'll get into that towards the end of the video, because you have to learn how to do cardio. You have to follow your heart rate to burn fat. And I'm going to get into that more towards the end. Right now, let's jump into the resistance training program that's going to consist of 4 days a week. It's going to go, I'm going to present it as Monday through Thursday. We can really do it whenever you want, on however, whatever days you choose to start, that's fine. But this is to be done in 4 days, 4 days a week. So we're going to go ahead and go to the slide so we can start. So the first picture that we see here is the squats. So at this point, you realize that we're doing legs on Monday. So this is going to be your leg day. And when people are starting the program, whether, again, you've been out of the gym for a long time or you've been doing your own routine and you want to try something new, I recommend to start with your squats. Squats are a great exercise because they involve a lot of muscles, what we call a compound movement. You use all your major muscle groups. And as you can see here, we're also activating the abdominal muscle when you do a squat. So this is one of the essential exercises, or what they call the basics. Today, we're going to cover all the basic exercises that create the foundation in your body. So as we go through each slide, you'll realize that all this is the purpose or what leads to toning your muscles. Now, the question is, how many sets and how many repetitions do you do? Well, I mean, that's the question of all time. And really, if you're starting this program, whether you've been working out long or you're just starting off in a gym, I recommend to start with one set, 12 repetitions. Now, at first you'll go, "Oh, that's not enough." But remember, you have to follow the tempo, the movement. How many seconds does it take to go down? How many seconds to go up? Because time under tension, which is when you're moving in the full range of motion, is what creates muscle, right? You got to pay attention. A lot of people I see at the gym, they do it really fast, and so they're really not, giving the muscle the stimulation that needs to grow or tone, right? It just doesn't make sense. It has to be under tension. And so you're going to apply this principle to all these different workouts you're going to see and how I explain it Monday through Thursday. So right here, you can see this, the figure here is doing a squat, starting upright and then coming down right here. Okay. So that is 2 seconds down, hold 1 second at the bottom, and then 2 seconds up. And that, again, you're working with weight that allows you to do this. So you're not falling over, you're not leaning over, and you're still stimulating your muscle. So it shouldn't be easy, but it shouldn't be completely impossible either. So the squat is an amazing exercise. A lot of athletes from different sports do it because, again, it gives you a lot of benefits. So this is going to be one of the exercises for leg day. Right now, I'm going to go into the next slide. And this right here is a deadlift exercise. Yes. So after doing your squats, you can do your deadlift. The deadlift is a great exercise. It definitely works your hamstrings, your calves, as you can see there. It just covers a lot more than the squat, but both are essential. So these are two exercises I recommend for for your leg day. And as you can see, it also stimulates the gluteus maximus, which is a muscle that obviously a lot of women tend to want to work more than men. But that is a muscle that is very important to work on because ultimately it supports your back. It helps you do a lot of physical activity, running, standing, whatever it is that you do physically. Some people work in factories or people work as movers, whatever you do, whether you're sitting long hours, if you have strong glutes, it helps to support your back. So it's very healthy. And again, you can see here, you start at the bottom, knees are bent, back is straight, and then you start from that position, and then you pick up the bar and you go straight. So that's how you do it. Let's go to the next slide. And part of leg day, you're going to be working on your calves. Now, unlike the other exercises like the deadlift and the squat that you can do anywhere from just one set to 2 or 3 maximum, I think anything more than that is not necessary, but it's up to you, the individual, if they want to do more. But the calves, because, this is a muscle that, it's hard to grow. Some people naturally have them big, but I think that out of the population, I think the majority don't. And so it's important that you can, I would do about 3 to 4 to 5 sets on the calves. Okay. Just make sure you stretch good before and after. Definitely after. You don't want to cramp up when you're driving after the gym. It's just not, it's kind of dangerous, but this is how you do it, And if you don't have this machine at your gym, most of the people that I know go to Planet Fitness or other gyms have platforms where you're actually standing upright and you just mimic this movement that you see in the presentation here. So with, you're doing the tippy toes movement. Okay. And you're doing this on Monday, which is your leg day. And then you can finish your workout by doing some sit-ups. You can do your regular, sit-ups. You can do 3 sets of 15 reps. And that is your Monday. We're going to move into the Tuesday. So Tuesday, we're going to work on back. Now, if you see here how the figure is performing the movement, the back is straight, upright. The legs are locked in and interlocked there with the padding right here. You can see it. Arms are completely straight. what's going to guide the movement here is the elbows. Elbows are going to come down pointing towards the floor right here like this. And then this is how you finish the movement. The bar comes to your collarbone and you're squeezing these elbows towards your back, behind your back. And that's how you achieve to, really work those back muscles. The lat pull down this is what it's called. The lat pull down is what gives you the figure of your back, is what brings out all those little muscles. It's what, tones the back, and you start, seeing those, you start seeing the definition. So very essential, exercise, and again, you can do anywhere from one set with 12 reps to 2 or 3. But again, it's up to the individual, how many they want to do. And then we're going to go to the next slide. The next slide is the rowing. Now, you're hitting the same muscles, but in this case, instead of bringing them out, this just makes them thicker. So, excuse me, the lat pull down is to tone the back muscles, those lats, and what it does, it brings them out, right? It makes them grow. What this does, it gives you thickness to the back. And you can see the same principle will apply with the elbows. You start with the back straight, leaning forward a little bit, and then you finalize with the back straight. And again, if you look at these elbows, they're coming behind the back, and that's how you know that you're, using your back muscle and not using so much your bicep, right? So always use the elbows to guide you in the movement. So the elbows are the ones doing the pulling, not so much your arms like your bicep. I see this I see this mistake at the gym all the time, where I see these young guys using their biceps more than their back because the elbow is not following behind like we see in the figure here. So it's important that a person is aware of that. And again, same principle here. And we're talking about Tuesday. So I recommend on Tuesday, you can work on your back and you can work on your triceps. So let's go to the triceps. So in this tricep exercise, you do it with the cable machine. You start here like the figure, as you can see, and then you finish at the bottom. So you can do, I would say, a maximum of 2 sets, 12 reps for this one, following the principles of 2 seconds down, hold for 1 second, 2 seconds up. And then we're going to go to the next slide because there's going to be 3 exercises for the tricep. This is the tricep push down. You can do this with a rope, or you can do it with a triangle attachment. It depends on how you want to work. But again, it's targeting those triceps. And for my female friends and clients, a lot of females complain about having saggy skin in this area or having fat. So this is a good way to tone your muscle. So just be aware of these exercises. And you start here and then you finish here. So you can see your arm is bent, and then you're going to push that down, and then your arm will be straight. And that's how you know you're hitting those triceps. And then we're going to go to the next one. This other one is, you don't have to perform it like here. Most of the time at the gyms, they don't have this. So, you're gonna stand straight here. You're gonna be upright, and then this cable will be here, and the same movement, but you're standing here. You're standing upright. You can do the same movement as the figure is doing it, like that. Okay, so technically you'll be standing upright. Your head will be facing down this way, and then you do that movement. So you start behind your head. So elbows are straight behind your head, and then you're going to push out when you do this one over here. Okay, and again, same principle. You can do maximum 2 sets, but I do recommend to start 1 set, with all these exercises, especially if you're just trying out this routine. And if you like this routine and you want to try it more, or you want to stick to it, then you can keep adding sets, but no more than 3. Unless it's squats, you could probably do more than 3. Again, it's up to the individual. And so this pretty much is your Tuesday. And what you can do here is you can add some cardio if you choose. Now we're going to go to the next day. On Wednesday, I recommend to do your shoulders. So here we're going to target the side lateral, which you see that solid red is what you're targeting by doing this movement. So as you can see, you start off here at the bottom and you come out to the sides. And what's great about this exercise or this specific muscle group, you can actually approach it with different type of exercises that work on that same muscle. So let's go here. So here's another one you can do. You can lean on that, leg straight, and then just pull out. And then you can target that same muscle group. And then you can also do a sitting version of that, which is great. All right. And now let's talk about shoulders. This is your Wednesday. For shoulders, I recommend, same 12 reps. You can do more if you want. You can do up to 15 reps, and you can do 3 sets. You can even do up to 4 sets for the side lateral, which is the one you're seeing here, because the shoulder is an exercise that a lot of studies have shown that they're more of a type 1 muscle fiber. The red muscle fiber, so meaning that you get better results by doing higher reps. Again, this is very general. Some people have the tendency to have the other type 2 muscle fiber, which is the muscle that grows really big. Again, everyone is different. We can talk about this on a personal conversation. We can get more into it for those who are interested, but I'm just trying to give you general information. As you can see, time flies. It's already 16 minutes. So now we're going to talk about we did these are all options for the side lateral, which is the solid red. Now let's get into the other part of the shoulder. And this is the rear delts. This covers the rear, as you can see there. We definitely want to focus on that. And so we start off here, just like that. And then you finish here. It's called a reverse fly. Okay. Reverse fly, again, high reps. And you can do up to 3-4 sets if you choose to. And then that covers the rear delts, which is important. All these different exercises are the foundation of your body. So if you want to tone your muscles, this is how you do it. And then this is the standing lateral raise. You can do it with the rope, as you can see in the figure, and very effective to tone the front part of the anterior deltoid, as you can see there. Okay. So, and on this day, you can work on your abs. You can do 3 sets of different ab exercises if you choose to. And at the same time, on this day, you can work on your glutes, especially my female friends. I know that a lot of you were asking about how can I grow my glutes. So on this shoulder day, which is Wednesday, let me show you some of those exercises so you can grow those gluteus maximus muscle. So this exercise was actually created by the world's authority on glute exercises. His name is Bret Contreras. He is from San Diego. Well, originally, I think he's from Arizona, but he's now based in San Diego. So for all my female friends or clients who really want to grow their glutes, you can sign up with and take his class. But if you don't have time for that, this is what he created. This movement is called the hip thrust, and you start at the bottom. Your shoulder blades are at the edge of the bench here, and you start just like here, and then you finish the movement by bringing up your glutes in the air, and you keep your chin pointing down. Bret discovered that by keeping the chin pointing down, it really focuses on those glutes. And of course, you can see that it also works your legs a little bit, but if you see the solid red, you can see that those glute muscles are definitely getting that stimulation that you want to make them grow. Of course, the figure is showing it without weight. You're supposed to add weight. You can put a dumbbell right on top of your hip flexors and do the movement. So that's how you do it. You can do, for this one, you can do up to 5 sets if you choose. He recommended to do high sets, high reps for this. So you're going to combine this with this other one. Let me see if I can show you. And this is the hip extension machine. Again, whatever you do for this one here, I recommend to do the same amount of reps and sets, okay? Or sets and reps for this exercise. You know, and again, he recommends high reps. And there's one more machine you can use, where this machine, let me see if I can pull it up here, because I'm short on time. But there's another machine at the gym where you lean on it and then you push your leg back, and you do one leg at a time, and that actually works your glutes. You can also do that there. Well, this will help grow those muscles. And again, the benefits of growing glutes are many. It's not just about appearance. Of course, appearance is what people care about, but considering some of the factors I mentioned before, like having a healthy back, it just creates a balance in your body that's needed. It also makes you stronger on your legs, because if your glutes are strong, then you do better squats, right? You have more ability to do better squats. You're stronger there. So ultimately, it's, you know, to your benefit. And now this is Thursday now. Now Thursday, I recommend do your chest on a flat bench, you know, and you know, this is the dumbbell press. Now for guys, I recommend to do this, and you can also do chest flies. You just pretty much take those dumbbells, turn them to the side, and just do a fly, for those who know how to fly. But for females, you know, you could just do this, and you know, the figure is not really showing it right, but right here at this point, the dumbbells have to drop a little lower, meaning that your arms stay straight like he has them, but the elbow go a little below the bench to the side. And that's, you start from, you know, fully stretched, so those elbows are under the bench, and then you push up, you know, and that's how you do it. And I recommend to do this, and I recommend to do the incline. Now the incline benefits men and women, but for women it benefits them because it's almost like doing a breast lift, because it tones those upper pecs, so it helps you with that area, so you can tone that area. And I'm sure most of my female friends and clients will appreciate that. And that concludes chest. Now on the same day, you're going to do biceps. So let's go to the bicep slide. How you do biceps is you're going to put your hands, your pinkies will be right outside your thigh. And that's how you know where to set your hands. And then you're going to come up to work on those biceps. Okay. And just like that. Now I like to do this one either like this in the figure, or I bring my elbows, I start like this, but then I finish with the bar around my neck area right here, right under the chin. You know, that's another way to do it. Again, the same rules for triceps here. I don't recommend to do more than two sets. Now, again, if you're a guy that wants to build more mass and you want to start with this basic exercise, then you can do up to 3 sets, up to 4 sets if you choose to. Again, I think that's overtraining. Everyone has a different opinion on this, but again, if you're just starting off, you know, it's better start off slow and build up as time goes by. Let me show you the other exercise that I recommend on this day, which is, you know, the easy curl bar. As you can see, the hand placement there, right at the curve is where the index finger is. And this works on your brachialis. Yes, it works your bicep, but it works this brachialis here, which is important. Especially for guys, you know, it gives you a nice definition there. And for women too, it doesn't really matter. It's healthy, it tones your arms, you know, so. And this pretty much, you know, covers your whole week of training. And this is how you tone. And on this day, you could actually do cardio if you choose to, you know. But let's talk about cardio real quick. It's already 23 minutes. Let's talk about cardio. So how do we do cardio to burn fat? Let's get into that. So when it comes to cardio to burn fat, as you can see in this treadmill, it has these sensors, right? So the purpose of the sensors is to control your heart rate. I'm going to show you a formula that you got to follow, or you can follow, that just helps you burn fat by you know, a high percentage compared to not following the formula. Because remember, you're using carbs when you're doing cardio, and you're burning fat, but you're only burning fat while you're able to breathe. So let's talk about that. When it comes to cardio, you know, you have to be able to monitor your heart rate, and that's why I was showing you the previous picture, because if you do any of these activities you see in the picture, but your heart rate goes up and you exceed, let's say, 65% or even 75% of your maximum heart rate, has this in a picture. And I'm going to explain what that means, because I think the average person doesn't know what that means. And so today you're going to learn what that means. Well, how we determine those numbers, we do a calculation. Before I show you the calculation, I want to show you these exercises. So these exercises, low intensity, steady cardio, is what burns fat. Now, but if you go too fast and the heart rate goes up, then you're not burning fat. You're actually burning carbohydrates. And that is not effective if your goal is to burn fat. So let's get into the formula. So you're going to take 220, and I'm not going to get into why the formula is this way, as too much to explain. So just get to it. 220 is your base number always. And then you're going to subtract your age. So in my case, I'm 36. So I'm going to subtract 36 and at least me with 184. Excuse me. 184. And then I want to work with, for me to burn fat, I can work with 60% of that or 65. So let's say that I want to do 60% of my heart rate to burn fat. So I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply that 0.60. That's 60%. So that means that when I go to the heart rate monitor, I want to make sure that I'm either between 110 or 119. As you can see, you're either at 60 to 65%. You can even be at 70. But when you're at 65, that's really kind of like the magic number where you're actually going to be burning more fat. And that's why when we put our hands on the sensor for heart rate, and then, right here on the screen, it should read the number. Like in my case, you saw, in my case, it should be 119. So it just depends on your age. So one more time, I'll do the formula. 220 minus your age. And, you say, okay, I want to work 65% of my heart rate. And, whatever the number is, multiply 60%. And it's a 110. But if you go, today I have more energy. Okay, you do 65%. And that's your number. So at the end of the day, it's quite simple. You can, so the days that you do cardio, or you can do something like, I actually got a little lost in frame of thought. You can do cardio the days that you work out with resistance training, or sometimes what I do is I don't do any cardio on those days. And then on my recovery days, since I'm working out Monday through Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I do cardio. Again, I do an hour or 45 minutes of low intensity. Okay. Because high intensity cardio, that is strictly to build more endurance, to be able to run faster. And, if you're like in the police academy or in the military training, if you're in military basic training, they're going to expect for you to, to be able to run fast. And again, that's a different type of category of training, because at that point, your heart rate for me, I'll say for my age, we get into the 75s and 80. So now it's like, if it's 184, the number I have, then I multiply that by 80, and so now, my heart rate is going to be for cardio, for that kind of training, it's going to be at 147. But here's the thing, and here's something I have not said, so which is crucial. I mentioned this, is that when my heart rate is at 147 and above, most likely I'm going to struggle breathing. When you struggle breathing is when you're no longer burning fat, because the formula to burn fat is eat carbs and then be at a heart rate of 65% or 60, meaning that for me to burn fat, I have to eat the carbs before I do the exercise. And then at 119 heart rate for an hour, I'm actually burning fat because I'm breathing. You can only burn fat when you're breathing and you're physically moving. So it's you're physically moving and you're breathing, you're burning fat. That's how you burn fat. You're breathing. When you can't breathe is because you're using carbs. So to be effective You have to make sure. Oh, someone's sending me a message. It's a friend from Italy. In Italy right now, it's what, I don't know what time. It's like 8 hours difference. Anyway, now she's gonna be in this video. Sorry, Lenora. But anyway, so 119 is what makes me burn fat. Now the reason I'm saying this is because, oh my god, I'm so sorry. The reason I'm saying this is because I don't recommend, if you're gonna if you're gonna do 80% of your cardio, to be doing 1 hour of cardio. The 1 hour of cardio is for low intensity. Again, for me it's 119. For me it's 119. But oh, here we go again. Oh wow. I'm sorry, Lenora, you're gonna be in this video, but I thought I'd do it at 2:41 a.m. so no one would message me. But oh my god. I hope those messages don't say anything bad. But anyway, guys, this is that's it. This is the information to tone muscle and burn fat. I hope all of you learned something here, or learned something by watching the video and listening to what I had to say. I do it with all my love. I do it with the best intentions. So God bless, and good luck. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Take care. Bye.